And then that
And
would be what. Hello, and welcome to this week's Godly Play story. It's getting longer and longer. On the day that became Easter, we remembered how the disciples and Mary Magdalene lingered at the tomb and how they felt Jesus' presence in the absence. All that was there was the white cloth, but they still felt Jesus' presence. And Mary Magdalene lingered long enough to even meet up with Jesus. That same day, two of Jesus' friends were walking back to their home in Emmaus. They walked 7 miles, and as they walked, someone came and walked alongside of them and wondered what they were talking about. When they talked about the sad things that had happened, the stranger who was walking with them reminded them about all the stories in their traditions that told about a liberator coming to them, and how the prophets reminded them that a liberator would be coming. When they got close to their home, they invited the stranger to eat with them. The stranger took the bread, blessed it, and broke it, and they shared the bread. And as they shared it, they recognized it wasn't a stranger, it was Jesus. Jesus vanished. But the friends went running back to Jerusalem to tell how they had recognized Jesus in the breaking of the bread. Jesus' disciples were in a locked room. They heard a voice, "Peace be with you." It was Jesus. That day, Thomas had not been with them. And when they told Thomas that Jesus had come to them in that room with the shut doors, Thomas said, "I doubt it." And why shouldn't he doubt it? Their minds were stretching to know Jesus in a new way. 8 days later, they were in a room again with the doors were shut. "Peace be with you," came the voice. Jesus went right up to Thomas and offered his hand to Thomas to touch. Thomas could only fall down at Jesus' feet and say, "My Lord, my God." Jesus looked at Thomas for a long time. Then he said, "You believe when you see, and blessed are you when you believe without seeing." The disciples made the long journey from Jerusalem all the way back to Galilee, where the angels and Jesus had said that he would be going. When they got to Galilee, they stopped at the shore of the Sea of Galilee, resting there. They knew this place. They had gone there with their fathers, some of them who were fishermen, many times. "I'm going fishing," said Peter. The others thought it was a good idea. They helped prepare the boat, and they pushed the boat out into the water. The wind took the sail, and they were out in the water. They had brought their nets. They put their nets in the water, and they fished, but there were no fish. But still the sights and the sounds of the water made them feel right at home. As morning came, they could see on the shore there was a fire, someone standing beside the fire. "How's the fishing?" said the person by the fire. "No fish," they hollered back. "Put your nets on the other side," said the person on the shore. Well, what did they have to lose? They put their nets on the other side, and the fish crowded into that net. John was looking hard at the person on the shore. It's the Lord, said John. Peter stood up. He jumped into the water and swam as hard as he could, then walking on the sand when he got close. The others came. Bring the fish, said the person by the fire. They got closer. They brought their fish. They saw it was Jesus. Jesus had prepared bread, and they prepared the fish, and they ate together with Jesus right there in Galilee, where they felt right at home. Some of them walked and talked with Jesus, and then Jesus was gone. But this was a place they felt at home. They were gathering in Galilee. Now, Jesus said to gather on the mountain or on the hilltop. Jesus was already there when they got there, and they heard Jesus begin to talk. What was he saying? Something like, all authority is given to me in heaven and in earth? What did he mean? Then he started talking and saying some things they did not want to hear. Jesus said, go everywhere. Tell everyone the story, even this part. Tell them in a way that they feel like they're part of the story. Show them how to be disciples. And baptize them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, one God, Mother of us all. Oh, they felt tired going everywhere. But Jesus kept talking. Now he said, I am with you always to the end of the world. Then Jesus was gone. The disciples knew it was time to go back to Jerusalem, so they left the Galilee where they felt at home. They knew that now they were not just followers, they were also leaders. They were not just like sheep, they were also like shepherds. And it was time to make homes for other people. So the story is taking us now towards Pentecost, getting closer. And I wonder if there's anything in your household that's going to help tell the story. And if you don't feel like looking or making something, it's okay. You're still part of what we are making together. And let's end today with our verse that starts with birds. Birds in the air, stones on the land, fish in the water. We're all in God's hands.